Yeah.
What's up, party animals? Let's forget about all the bad decisions you made this past weekend and join the gang as we go beyond the party. You're now listening to the Beyond the Party podcast.
What's up, Grace? How you doing?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I'm great myself. It was a really long weekend.
It was a long weekend, but we're in fall.
Yeah,
We're in fall,
now
and
we're in
that
fall.
you can't be upset about.
Is it officially fall now?
Yes.
It is.
The moment Labor, like in 12:01 on, after Labor Day,
Yeah.
it's fall officially.
What's like the actual date?
I think it's the 21st of
Like,
September.
21st.
But I'm not
Gotcha.
waiting that long.
Yeah, I
so.
mean, I don't know. This weather right now feels like
I
middle
know.
summer.
Let's not talk about it. I have only gone outside once today, and I'm gonna try and keep it on a minimum.
See, I don't consider it fall until the weather changes.
I know, but with all this climate change, I'm not sure if we're gonna feel it like actual weather
I
changing.
hope we do. I love it. The fall weather is the best.
I know it is.
Hoodie shorts, sweatpants,
I say this all the
t-shirt.
time. I'm like, once it hits fall, I'm really gonna start dressing like it's over for everybody.
Yeah, it's so good. So what'd you do this weekend? What venues were you
Yeah,
at?
so I was working on Friday night at Brew, U-Bahn, and Tradesman's. I have never seen Brew that packed out.
Really? Wow.
I'm not even quite sure like what happened. It was DJ Evan Edge, and like he always brings an amazing crowd, but like this especially like was nuts. Like
Wow.
it was crazy. Like I couldn't get through the crowd like myself. I was like, and it's so funny. Like I actually had a photographer assistant with me too, like just to help me out with the night. And he was like standing in the back, and I was standing in the front, and I was like pushing through people, and everyone was like, "Take a picture of me, take a picture of me." And, it took me 15 minutes to get from one bar to the one end of the bar to the other.
Yeah.
But it was really so fun. Like we had a really great time. And I mean, it makes my job easier when there's like a bunch of people there.
Yeah,
so
right.
I really liked it. And U-Bahn is always fun, and Trades was fun too. But Saturday, I actually just sat on the beach, and it was so nice.
Yeah, it's
I
awesome.
don't really get often a weekend day to just chill out.
Mhm.
I'm like always working or like at least editing and like downloading content from the night before, but I really just like sat down on the beach and chilled, and it was really, really nice. And like that was it. And then Monday we came home, and I'm still doing a lot of work on my house, and we clearing out the yard and getting ready for the dog. And now that it's finally fall, I'm like, okay, like back to school, back to work, like back to like all the jobs I need to be doing. So I think a little reset after the end of summer weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah. How about you?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was in AC Ventnor area the whole weekend.
Nice.
Friday, I DJ'd at the pool,
Fun.
which was really fun. The headliner Zen, he was awesome. He
Yeah.
was like really cool, talking to me the whole time.
Oh,
Drank some
cool.
champagne together.
Oh my gosh,
It's cool.
fun.
It's always cool when the headliner,
Yeah.
even if they're like a little famous, that they just treat you
absolutely.
like a normal person.
I mean, you open the crowd for them. Like
Yeah,
that's not
right,
like
yeah.
you guys are coworkers
Yeah,
at that point.
sometimes they're a little standoffish. They don't want to talk. They just want to DJ and get
Yeah.
out of there. But yeah, it's always cool having like a genuine conversation with them.
That's really nice.
Yeah. If he said my set was like pretty good
Mhm.
and that I did a good job opening.
That's
so
great.
that's
I mean, your
always great
sets are
to hear.
good. Yeah.
And then Saturday I had a room at Harris Friday night, so I stayed at
nice.
Harris
Fun.
Saturday. Then I met up with my friends in Ventnor
hmm
on the beach. Stayed on the beach the entire day.
Oh, nice.
Then I DJ'd at Nola's, which is in Ocean.
I love
was
Nola's.
breaking for a band, which is so much fun. I love that. It was like 50 minutes on for the band, and then I played for 30 minutes.
That's
and then They go
great.
back on. Yeah, it's always cool because I go off of like their vibe too. So if they're playing
Yeah.
like funk, like 70s stuff.
Mhm.
Like
Was that with the
80s.
band? Was that their vibe?
So it's like two different bands. One like opened up, and
Mm-hmm.
then later on it was a different one.
Mhm.
The first one, it was like a little more like rock, funk, like
Mhm.
older stuff.
Mhm.
So I like went off of that vibe, played that stuff, and then the other band that went on for the later slot, they were like more like hip hop
Mhm.
and like more current stuff. So
Cool.
it was cool. Yeah, it was really fun. And then Sunday, I woke up, stayed at the beach again all day.
Mhm.
My forehead is
Oh yeah.
peeling.
You're peeling.
I got good color though.
Yeah.
And then I DJ'd Chelsea Pool from 7 to 11 and then drove
Mhm.
back to Philly
Wow.
and slept
Big
for,
weekend.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you. No, that's awesome. It
But
sounds
yeah,
really fun.
it was a long weekend and it was fun. It was nice being at the beach,
Mhm.
for the end of the summer.
Yeah.
So, yeah. that's
Well, now
always
it's like
good.
local summer, right? So now, everyone
Right.
who lives full time in all those shore towns gets to have the vacationers leave. They get off of like their summer
Yeah,
jobs and they
yeah.
actually get to enjoy their,
Mhm.
month of the warm weather until it gets cold for fall.
Yeah, I'm sure your parents are saying that, right? They live in Margate,
Yeah.
so-
Well, we're actually doing a lot of stuff to the house, and starting like right now. So
that's
we're
awesome.
we're getting
Cool.
that turned over. Lucky for me because like we just just got a house, so I'm taking a lot of the stuff that they're giving out of
that's
their house.
great,
So I was
yeah.
like, this is
That
kind of
worked out
perfect
really
timing.
good.
Like
Yeah.
our washer dryer just broke, like totally kaput, and they were
Jesus.
like, well, we're giving away ours. I was like, oh my god, perfect. So
Yeah,
like
that's-
couldn't have
yeah.
worked any better.
Wow.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't think I'll get to enjoy a local summer this year, but yeah, it's like a nice time of year for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it should be cool too in Philly. Like all the places are going to be packed now. Everybody's back from the shore. So
Yeah, fall is our busy season. Obviously, we have so many things happening. Like, Uptown is getting its like remodel for fall, and Nightmare Before Tinsel is getting built right now. So
yeah, that's
there's like,
always like
yeah.
really cool.
So we obviously have our two like specific fall bars, and then we have the Oktoberfest at Brew, and we have the Midtown Fall Festival that Brew and Tradesman's takes part in. So we really got a lot of stuff going on. I say fall is 100% our busy season.
Yeah, it's cool. CCG always like keeps up with the season. They're always doing.
I know,
something,
yeah. I mean, what we're known for our themes, like
Right,
that's the biggest thing that we do, and like that's my favorite part about it. Like I always say, like it makes my job so easy because everything I get to video and like photo is just so beautiful already that it's really not hard to promote. And people are already looking for fall things to do. Like people are already looking to CCG because we've done so many things in the past that have just been like out of the park, like incredible in terms of themes. So I really think that like this is my favorite season on top of all that. And then I get to work in a company that is so seasonal specific that it just makes it so much more fun for me.
Yeah, I think I saw you made a TikTok where like top 5 things to do, like bars.
Yeah, that one did pretty well actually. Like my TikTok side, I've been doing pretty well for the fall.
That's
but
awesome.
Yeah, I had my top 5 favorite bars for fall in Philly.
What are they?
So Uptown Upside Down is my first one. We just announced that. That's coming back this year. That's like a kind of a newer one. We just started doing that last year, and it's like kind of gives like a Stranger Things theme, but like cool. Scary. That's for dope. Fall. Yeah. And then the second one is obviously Nightmare Before Tinsel. I love tinsel for Christmas. And then we're doing the like Nightmare Halloween theme before. The theme is a secret, so stay tuned for the announcement on that. But we do a different theme every year for that. Frankfurt Hall is another one I really, really like. Obviously we'll talk about it later in the episode, but their milkshakes are like my absolute favorite thing ever. So those are definitely like my top 3. And like in different areas of the city too. Like one's obviously Midtown, other one is like Center City area over towards Sueño and Barstool, and then the last one's up in Fishtown. So cool. Kind of get like a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's awesome. Have you ever went to Eastern State Penitentiary?
Yep, I love it. That was another one on there. I have the speakeasy inside Eastern State Penitentiary.
Awesome. I've never been there,
so they had now it's rebranded. Like it was Terror Behind the Walls before, and now it's Halloween Night. So they've rebranded. It's like a little less scary. It's a little less like I don't even know, like horror-y. It's still like a haunted house, don't get me wrong, but they also have like fun activities inside the penitentiary. And I love when they like put this on, and I love that they do like day tours and other stuff because they actually have so much education around the prison system in America. And like that is something that I'm passionate about is like like reform rather than punishment. And I think that they do a really good job of like donating and raising funds and all this other stuff for prison reform rather than just like prison cruelty, because that's such a huge problem across America and like across the world, honestly. So a lot of people, comment on my TikTok and like comment on other people's TikToks who are like promoting this, saying like, oh, it's really wrong of you to go to a prison that was like so cruel to its prisoners in the past. And like, yes, that is very true. And a lot of terrible things did happen there. But also a lot of what they do is put towards prison reform in the rest of the country.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's awesome. I didn't know that they were like involved in all that,
another fun fact that I always like to talk about, like, the milkshakes at Frankfurt Hall, prison reform at Eastern State Penitentiary just goes hand in hand for fall, I think.
Really cool. Yeah. Well, let's hop into our top 5.
Let's. Yes.
Yeah. So we're doing top 5 artists that we're listening to right now.
Yes.
I'll go first. So number 1, I have Fisher right now. He just always hits his music. I love his music.
He's on my list too. Yeah.
When I was like in college, probably, like Losing It was like my favorite song to play.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like that. When did that come out? Like your senior year or junior year, maybe?
Nah, probably like when I was like a little younger.
Really?
I'm not sure,
I'm older.
Honestly. I'm not sure when it came out, but yeah, it was. Yeah, it just always hits.
It hits.
It still hits.
What's his new song that like? Take It Off.
I love Take It Off. Yeah,
it's so good. Yeah, that's like when the DJs play that at all the clubs. I like put my camera down and I do like a dance. I'm like, this is like so good.
Yeah. So yeah, Fisher's number 1 right now for me, especially like with DJing.
Yeah.
2, I recently started listening to Hall & Oates again.
Okay. Throwback.
Just in a kick for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, they're always like really good. Yeah, they have great songs.
Timeless.
And 3, I have John Summit, and I don't know if you just saw at the Izu Festival, which obviously didn't work out.
Crazy. What
But
the hell happened there?
John Summit and Dom Dollar, like when they did open up,
Okay.
their intro was so cool. I'll pin it in. It's basically like 6 of their songs, and they just mashed them up together. Like for their intro, they did the one with back to back, and that was just like really really cool. It was awesome, like listening to. Sadly, the festival didn't.
Yeah, wait. Can we quickly talk about this? Because I for one didn't even know EZoo was happening. Like because I'm always thinking about like Made in America, and that was canceled this year, so I didn't even realize EZoo was happening at the same time. Like what? So I know they canceled the first day. Was that because they couldn't finish building the stage? Is that what they said?
I wasn't sure, but I did see that all the people that came like just barricaded through all
so I think they shut down the first day, and they were like, nobody can come in because we haven't finished the stage, like main stage isn't done, like we're just canceling the first day. And then I think on Sunday or Saturday, whichever the next day if it was, the security at the front was granting everyone from Friday entry, even though they sold at capacity for that day. So they were like, well, even if you have a ticket for today, we're at capacity, you're not coming in. And people were like, oh no, like we're not getting refunded. Like I just spent so much money on this. Like I flew in from all these different places. We're going in come hell or high water. So it turned into like kind of a scary situation where they literally bum rushed the stage. And like what are these like 10 security guards gonna do? Like with these thousands of people rushing at them and nothing. Literally nothing.
Jeez. Yeah, so they just canceled the whole thing.
It was giving Fire Festival, like, and then
I was about
like,
to
the
say
worst
that
way.
Fire Fest. Yeah, that is crazy. I know I think the Billy guy said he wants to try it again.
Oh, okay, great, right? Yeah,
that's a great documentary on Netflix.
I was fully prepared.
You guys haven't watched that yet. Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Music festivals lately. Like, and Burning Man, like the whole thing that's going on with that, like I don't know, like something's telling we gotta like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're producing like these big festivals and having these crazy artists, you got to be prepared for anything. Be prepared for the worst. They're not.
I was also like yesterday years old when I learned that Burning Man isn't like a music festival like center. Like it's you actually burn a wooden man.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's like a clever name for a music festival. And then I was like, it's not even that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But like watching all these videos of these, like obviously, like I've been on TikTok, like I'm on Burning Man TikTok right now, like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
like these people are posting, like this one girl was posting, like, yeah, like we have to walk from party to party, and I'm getting playa, and like someone died. I'm like, what the hell is going on out there? Like that's absolutely crazy. Obviously, like very sad, and I hope everybody is able to like get out of there who like went there. But I can't believe that like I didn't realize it was in like a storm basin, and like that like the playa like could like literally give you like an infection. Like I feel like there's so many things we could have done to prevent all of this. Like why didn't we take any of those measures? So it's crazy. Between that and EZoo, like my mind is boggled on music festivals right now.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully turn it around for the spring.
Yeah.
And whatever goes on during the winter. Yeah, I gotta check out more festivals. I've never been to a festival yet. So
really?
I really want to go. Yeah.
I haven't either, actually, now that I think about it.
They seem like a lot of fun if put together correctly.
Yeah. I have a friend who's like very much into like the EDM, like a very festival person, and like she's super cool, and I've always like wanted to go with her, but I'm not sure if I can't rough it. Like I'm like a glamping kind of girl. Like I don't know if I could literally be out in the fields like for like 3 days in a tent. Like I can't. I just don't think I could do it.
Yeah. I guess like for me, I would rather just DJ one, obviously.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah, it looks like a great experience. Tomorrowland is like on my bucket list. I want to go to like Tomorrowland. Okay. Just attend. I would love to DJ it one day. But yeah, okay, cool. It's like the biggest one.
No, that's very cool.
But yeah, back to my list. Yep. So that was like John Summit, Dom Dollar. I always listen to Kanye. I know a lot of controversy with him, but I think he's just such a good producer, and like his older stuff is like just like always like good. I always listen to his older stuff. Okay. And then I haven't really been listening to too much music now because I have been making my own music.
Subtle plug.
Learning, a little plug. My first song dropping October 6th. It's official, like it's all set up, and
it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be dropping October 6th. So look out for little promos I'm going to be doing for that. Yeah. I've showed like a bunch of people the song, and I got like really good reviews, and I've been playing it at like different clubs, just testing it out and changing things.
I mean, it was a hit at UBON that one night when you
that was fun.
You and Vision were up there. Yeah, that was really awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of people dancing. Yeah, it's like really cool, like playing something somewhere and seeing people dance to it. It's such just like a good feeling.
It's like an art form, you know? Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. But and I'm working on like a bunch of other stuff already. So gonna have a lot of stuff coming out in the next few months. But October 6th is the debut. So
all right.
look out for that. Yeah.
Noted. On the Cal.
Yep. And what about you? What's your top 5 right now?
Number 1's Taylor Swift. Mr. Kanye, I know.
I play Taylor. I like Taylor.
No, I know, but it's in my mind, it's one or the other, and I'm a Taylor stan until I die. Like I've listened to her since her, like self-titled album came out many, many years ago. Like I went to school with her cousin or something who would always like talk about her and was like, oh my god, my cousin Taylor like did all this stuff, and I was like, yes, I'm on board. Like
That's
I love
awesome.
her.
Wow.
Went to her concert this year. Got tickets like 3 days after the absolute Izu that was Ticketmaster. So crazy, but I went to see her, literally the best night of my life, like just getting to like be in the Lord Bowl and like watching her perform. I'm obsessed with her, love her till the day I die. The next one is kind of like a throwback, like you said, I like Frank Sinatra lately.
Oh, I love Frank. Yeah, I always
very fall in my mind. Like I'll wake up in the morning and I'll like be doing like my like skincare and makeup, and I'll just like throw Frank Sinatra on, so I'm not like scrolling through TikTok. And also I'm starting to like sing again at venues, and I am a jazz singer, so like I will do.
I'm just learning this.
Oh yeah, so I mean, my music degree is finally coming in handy. Yeah, no, please do. Oh my god, I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But I sing like Ella Fitzgerald, Etta James, like Frank Sinatra,
really cool.
and like actually I do a lot of modern songs in like postmodern jukebox. Like I'll sing like Flowers, like the Miley Cyrus song Flowers, but in like a jazz standard.
Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
like so now I do like it's like every Friday night once in a while I'll do, before I go film, I'll do a gig like at one of our venues like singing. So I'm listening to a lot of that, just like practicing my set. The next one is Olivia Rodrigo. I like Taylor Swift. I'm obsessed with her. I think all of her music speaks to me. And just like she just came out with some new stuff, and I've just been loving it, listening to it on repeat. I also had Fisher on my list, but since you put yours in, I will add Selena Gomez back into mine. She just came out with her single soon. And while it doesn't apply to me, I just love the song and I like love her. I'm like a Selena Gomez stan as well. And then whatever TikTok song of the week is playing like on my For You page is like whatever my 5th one is.
Yeah.
Like, obviously like there's like the trending song, but then again, like I find myself scrolling and my For You page is like really good about this. They'll just like send me like a small artist like that is like trending a song, but like music that I really love. So like I love like Post Malone and Noah Kahan, but like they'll send me like a video of like a tiny little artist who has like just above 1,000 followers who's releasing a song that sounds exactly like that really that track, and I'm like, oh my god, like I have to support it, and I'll like repost. That's
awesome. Yeah.
So like whatever TikTok is sending me of the week is like my like obsession. I'm like one of those people though who listens to a song like 40,000 times like in a row on repeat. Yeah. And then I get tired of it, and then I'll go to like another song and then circle around. So,
I feel like everybody's like that now.
Yeah,
that's just how like it is, especially with TikTok. Like,
especially with
the
attention,
dances and all that stuff.
The dances. I will say I've only ever learned one dance on TikTok, and that was during the pandemic because I was so bored. I had nothing else to do, and I was like, fine, I'm going to take this day to learn this dance on TikTok. And I'm no means dancer. One was it? I think it was the Savage one. Like I'm a savage. I don't know. I don't remember the dance, thank God, because it haunts my dreams. Me like taking a video of myself dancing to that because I'm not a dancer. But I think that was the first and only.
I wonder if the spooky skeleton one's gonna come back.
It will. It does every year. It makes a comeback every single year.
That's a good one.
I agree. I think that's fun. I like watching those. Like I like watching like the kitschy ones. Yeah, I don't have a lot of like dance girls come up on my page. You ever see
those two girls? They like wear the sunglasses and the hoodies.
Yes, I actually do love them. They're very cool. Yeah. And then they're like subtle. Like they're not like over the top. Like they're nothing. They like don't have any facial expressions. They're just like, this is what we're doing, and you're gonna like it. And you're like, I do.
And I love I can't think of their names. It's a couple.
Cosmear.
Yes.
Yeah. Read your mind because I like them too.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, their vibe is.
Well, they're professional dancers.
Yeah.
They're like they've been background dancers. Like they met dancing, and I think I think that's a cool way to start.
Yeah, it is. I have a question real quick about Taylor Swift.
Sure.
What was her old agent's name? Scooter something? Right?
Scooter Braun.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on with him right now?
I don't really know. I like so there's like a lot of like underground tea. I'm like not on Swift Talk right now. I need to like get back up like into my like what I'm doing. I've just been busy lately, but he's being dropped by a lot of his clients. Like Ariana Grande, I think she recently like officially dropped him. Like we're not seeing a lot come out of her because of the whole Ethan Slater thing, but I'm pretty sure she dropped him. I think Justin Bieber like hasn't been speaking to him. Like
Demi Lovato. I think
Demi Lovato like definitely dropped him. He's like I mean he's probably panicking because these are the biggest stars in the world right now, and they're dropping him as their manager, and like that's crazy. I don't know if he's gonna come back from this.
Yeah, he had every big artist though. That
I
generation.
mean,
that's
after
crazy.
what he did with Taylor Swift and like, is crazy.
He's the reason why Taylor had to do all the Taylor version.
Yeah,
stuff?
so he bought the rights.
Educated.
He bought the rights to her music, and like he just bought them. Like
so he
like
took advantage of
her. He
like
bought her
her
music. He bought her like whole record roll.
Yeah.
Like he bought the whole thing. Took advantage of her, right? I think there was some sort of miscommunication within her team and like her dad who like sold him the music. Like so
he was like, "Hey, sign this."
No, pretty much,
like,
pretty much. He would like he like made an agreement. Oh.
What the heck?
Okay, well, Kiki Vodka's on our side, obviously.
Kiki wants us to...
Kiki is like, shut the fuck up about Taylor Swift. No.
That was hilarious.
That's
a great clip,
actually
right?
scared the bejesus out of me. All right. Anyway, as we're saying about Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun, thank you,
Wait,
Kiki.
real quick, for those just listening, the cork
the cork just like popped out of the Kiki Vodka bottle, which I'm not going to drink it, Kiki. Thank you. Sorry.
That was...
It's what, 2 o'clock on a Wednesday? It's too early to
Halloween
start
is
drinking.
coming. God, that's scary.
That's scary. Do we have a fame ghost?
Yeah, maybe.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. Is that why the lights kept going out earlier?
Yeah, maybe somebody got like murdered here
Interesting.
50 years ago.
Ooh.
You know?
Okay.
Figure it out.
We're like on a burial ground of some sort.
Yeah.
No, we were talking about Eastern State Penitentiary. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's me. I'm haunted. My sisters call me a ghost lightning rod because every time I go to like somewhere haunted, I always have like some sort of experience. Like
really?
I'll get my hair pulled or like I'll get like shoved or something like that. I used to take singing lessons when I was a kid, and I would go to this like farmhouse. Like this woman like lived in a very old farmhouse, and like I was like singing next to her piano one day, and like I thought a spider landed on my head, but then my ponytail got pulled down and I like whipped around because I thought someone was behind me, and I was like, what the heck, like what was that? And she was like, oh my god, like what happened, like did someone pull your hair? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh my god, that happened to my student yesterday, and her name was Mary Grace. And I'm like, oh, my name is Grace Mary. I was like, that was so weird.
That is weird.
She had a medium come to the to the farmhouse because she was like, my students are out having these experiences, like come, and the medium said that there's like, I mean, it was like a 1700s farmhouse or something, like when you know the United States started.
Yeah.
She was like, the medium said like there's like all these presences here, but they don't know the other like plane of existence exists. So she's like, they're living here like as if they've always lived here, and you're living here now in this time plane. So she said there was like a bunch of different like timelines
Spooky.
like going on at the same time, and that like they broke the plane by accident and just pulled my hair. I'm like, okay. So anyway, Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun, I don't know. They sold all of her discography to him. He didn't give her the rights to make any money anymore. So she said, fine, I'm going to re-record all of my music and I'm going to make all of my own money because, you know, you're the man and I am Taylor Swift. And she did the damn thing.
Yeah, she's killing it now.
Yeah.
Her tour and everything.
Yeah.
She's about to do a Europe tour now.
Yep. She added more dates in 2024 to like Miami, I think Louisiana. Cool. And then she's heading over to Europe. So
that's awesome. Yeah. I heard that they're going to make her like tour into a movie.
They are. It's releasing early October, and I am ready. Me and my friends are like, okay, why are we going to go see the movie? Yeah, but I got very good. My boyfriend actually told me, he was like, did you see like Taylor Swift making a movie? I was like, oh my god, no. Funny. So yeah, it's very exciting. I mean, I went to the show obviously, but it's almost like you black out, like you're like waiting, anticipating for this thing like forever and ever, and it finally happens, and you're like, I remember nothing about it. So seeing the movie is going to be really cool too. They did the same thing for like Justin Bieber, and they do like tour movies and stuff. Right. Yeah, just a little
cool.
extra.
So fans, I think, get to go see it though.
Yeah.
Go to theaters and do it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the whole thing. People were dying to get tickets to her shows for ever and ever and ever, and like, I mean, the whole thing with Ticketmaster and just getting tickets were like next to impossible. So
right, cool. Well, what's coming up this weekend?
What's coming up this weekend? So obviously we have the Eagles are playing now. Thank goodness they're back. I love the Eagles. So we have a lot of fun things going on. We have I was actually just on a segment yesterday with Bob Kelly of Kelly Drives on Fox 29, and that's going to air on the 14th Thursday for the home opener.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
That's from 6:30 to 7:30, and I'm talking about Tradesmen's and like why you should come to Tradesmen's for the football games, which I really think it's a fun
they got the
time.
Big screen,
we have 13 big screen TVs. We have an 109-inch TV at the very front. We have like a ton of specials. We have a green burger. So like there's like a lot of fun.
Dope.
A lot of fun things going on there. So obviously I'm going to be at Tradesman's for a lot of it, but I'm also going to Smooth Tailgate for the opener to go see.
He'll talk about that later.
And then to go see two friends and like just like, you know, not work for like 5 minutes and go be a part of like the party in Philly.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just like working Friday, Saturday night, I think. So yeah, as usual.
Yeah,
But,
well, I'll see you Friday.
Yes.
DJing Brew Friday.
Very exciting. I will be there. I'll be videoing you.
Yeah, and then tonight I'm actually DJing college night at Chickies at Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Rowan alumni, so everyone's gonna probably think I'm an old man or something DJing.
You're not old, please.
But yeah, that should be fun. I always love the college crowds. They're always high energy, good time,
fun.
If you go to Rowan, you'll probably see me there a few Wednesdays. Me or Rhino,
Cool.
switch off. But yeah, so that's cool. And then Saturday I have Cuddies in Manayunk. St. Joe's kids are back, so
Awesome.
that's gonna be high energy as well. Yeah, so
Oh,
hyped for that. And then Sunday I'm sitting on my couch and watching football all day long.
Great.
Don't text
As you
or
should.
call.
Do not disturb.
Yeah. That's the off day.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm so happy football's back.
Me too.
It's awesome.
I know, I missed it. I like football season's my favorite. Like I know we have baseball, but they really just like play every single night. And the Eagles season was so electric last year that I'm just like ready for it again. Like I'm like I crave the feeling that we got when they were like 14-0. You know?
All I do is listen to sports radio and just like every caller, like, that's all they talk about. Yeah, Philly's gonna make the World Series or not World Series, playoffs. They're looking good, but Eagles, the Eagles are back. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and Smooth's going to talk about that later. We have him on coming up next.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned for Smooth. What's up, guys? Beyond the Party. We are here with DJ Smooth, the one and only, back from the shore.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming back on. So we have the unaired episode.
Low-key take two.
We shot a great episode like a few months ago before the summer, and
it's okay. This one will be better.
Yeah,
I'm here now.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we get to recap the summer now, and Smooth T's been taking off. That's from what it seems.
Yeah,
and I know you have a few announcements for the upcoming football season.
Yeah,
fall and winter.
Yeah, summer was great. I mean, there's just so many moving pieces, but just to start with the T, I mean, we did a few events towards the end with Deauville, Whitebriar. We really capitalized on the marketing, and we're giving stuff away. We gave away Eagles tickets, fly away to Florida.
Yeah.
We gave away shirts, hats, all kinds of stuff, just to get the brand out there. And
right.
It's starting to catch on now. And the last couple weeks, we've really seen a spike in people ordering cases and gotten in some liquor stores. And
what stores?
Right now we're in Roger Wilco in Pennsauken, and then we got in the Canals.
Nice.
So we're looking to obviously really focus on liquor stores and in Jersey, and then within the next 2 weeks we'll be in PA as well.
Yeah,
so.
that's awesome. Yeah, that's really good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like crazy. Like when we did have you on a few months ago, that was like kind of the beginning of it. And
we were just starting out.
Yeah, see how much it grown like over the summer is like insane. You guys did a great job promoting it, marketing.
Yeah, we exceeded our expectations. I mean, I obviously have a lot of goals now based on our progress, but we definitely and especially I got to give Drew a lot of credit. He's not here today, but he was a huge part of getting it off the ground and getting all the logistics worked out. So
awesome. Sounds like a perfect launch time for a tea in the summer.
Yeah, and now we roll right into the Eagles, right? So
exactly.
People
already know about the brand. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so what's going on with that? Announce that. I know you've obviously everybody knows that you were doing the tailgates in what was it, Lot G, right?
Yeah, we were in G2.
Yeah, so G2
for the last like 5 years, and Xfinity, they approached me like, I guess it was midsummer. Justin and J. Roy, we were at the Deauville, and he's just like, "Do you want to bring it to Xfinity?" So obviously, we worked out all the details, but it's a really really unique opportunity because I'm going to be able to be showcased only outside for the tailgate, but our tee will be the only tee there.
Oh yeah,
which
great.
Is really
awesome.
Really important to me with the partnership to be able to showcase that and have people try it.
Yeah.
And drink it. So the partnership's cool because we can still have the same experience that we had in the parking lot where it's going to be a party still, but now it's more organized where there's food, there's alcohol, we're doing like a 360 booth. I'm not going to say everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
You got to go to see, right?
Sounds fun.
And tickets are going well too. Like people really enjoyed our tailgates in the parking lot. So we wanted to give people a better experience and an area that is guaranteed. Like for the last 5 years, I've been super stressed out where I have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning to drive down to the stadium for a 1 o'clock game, and I'm waiting to get into the lot.
So now
I can show up. We're subbing out the sound. We're doing more from a production standpoint that I don't have to worry about. So
That's
I can kind of
great.
just show up and start playing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's great.
And then, as you know, the first tailgate that we're doing, Two Friends, is having a concert there. So
That's insane.
I'm
so
excited for
excited.
that. 'cause
Yeah.
I always
I love
see
Two Friends is the best.
Yeah.
I love them.
AC and like they're awesome together.
Oh
so.
yeah.
They're
great time.
performers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And weren't you at one of their shows?
Oh
at
yeah,
HQ or
every single
something?
one. I
Right.
love them. Every time they come here, I go. Yeah, with like Jason was there, but that was super fun.
I feel like
Yeah.
Jason's played with them 10 times.
Yeah, they
you
love
see, he
him.
always
They
plays
love
with
him.
them.
It's
Yeah,
like their guy at
Yeah,
HQ,
at
so
HQ.
that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
like, tell me how the setup's gonna be. So I bought tickets, obviously, like the moment it was released because
Yes.
it looked so awesome and cool, and I've loved your tailgates for the past 5 years. So like, how like when you walk into Xfinity, are you gonna be outside, like on the main stage? Like, what's the setup look like?
So good question. So if you guys know where the Bud Light stage is,
Yeah.
where all the bands play,
Yeah.
if you're facing Xfinity Live from the stage, it would be right to the right. There's a football field, like a grass patch or grass area.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's where we'll be. So we'll be facing the music towards Wells Fargo, so there's no interference with
Cool.
whatever else is happening.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Right.
But yeah, I mean, we'll have tables. We have a lot of sponsors, so we'll have
Yeah.
tables for them. Food, alcohol. We're doing like
Mhm.
buffet style, but it's like brisket.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
It'll be like very good food. It's not going to be
Mhm.
just like hamburgers and hot dogs.
So it is a tailgate, but you don't bring your own alcohol. Like everything is there.
Correct.
Like you
Everything
just
that you
like
paid
you were
for.
going into Xfinity, like getting a bracelet, paying, and then doing everything inside there. Like it's going to be the same, but down
Yeah,
in that
so
lot.
It's actually in the description too, if you guys want to look at the ticket link. But it includes food and alcohol unlimited for
Awesome.
4 hours.
Yeah, that's great.
You also get into Xfinity.
Yeah.
For free.
I mean
right? So we
that's
have
like
our own
that's a big
line.
thing, right?
It's a huge
Yeah,
thing.
people are saying that alone without the line was worth it.
Yeah.
So on top of that, like you can hop around to other tailgates, come back. It's
Yeah, that's
4 hours.
crazy.
Yeah.
So it starts at 3:30 for the first one and ends at 7:30. But everyone, I would assume, is going to go see Two Friends, right? So
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I think they're playing, and don't lock me in on this, but I think in the 5:30, 6 o'clock time frame they'll
Okay.
start.
Yeah. Cool.
So they'll go till 7.
Yeah, right.
Around that
They're a
time.
thing.
Yeah, do an hour.
Yeah,
hour set.
and I know people are going to want to go see them. So we'll take a break for an hour, and then we'll still have like a half hour, 45 minutes left over.
It's great. I feel like that was like an underutilized area too of Xfinity, so I'm glad
Yeah,
you guys are
It
going in and
was.
filling
Yeah,
it in.
they have some other tailgates that they still do, and I know they do really well. So
Mhm.
just ours being able to partner with them as well
Right.
now, and just another thing that people can do.
Awesome.
Because I feel like that whole area, because we were right next to Xfinity in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much foot traffic that goes through there.
Yeah.
So
People see that like, oh my god, I should go over there.
Right.
Yeah.
and then the goal is to get into the lot that Two Friends is playing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
For us, like
Yeah,
that would be my
yeah.
goal mid-season to have like maybe the Dallas game. Like we try to throw the largest tailgate ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
be
that'd be cool.
amazing. Yeah.
We did that with Victory a couple years ago and it went really well.
Oh, okay,
so.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think when it comes down to it, like I'm trying to throw a really cool experience for everyone that
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
values our experience in tailgate from
Mhm.
years past. Like we
Yeah,
want to kind of
yeah.
deliver that for them
And nothing
Yeah.
beats Philly fans, so yeah, they're gonna
Right.
show out and
for sure.
yeah.
I mean, every time I talk to someone that's not from Philly, like I don't think they truly understand how passionate
my
we are
gosh.
about
Oh,
football.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Full,
gotta be
especially
there.
football.
People
You
are
gotta
going to
be,
be
like, in
there
there.
at 10 a.m. and
Yeah.
the game starts at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of ready to go, and now
Mhm.
Labor Day's over.
Yeah.
I think the focus
like a
is
holiday.
turned to the Eagles for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I feel
And
like
we're good.
yeah. I feel like you guys level up every single year. Like every year I'm like, okay, they're doing this, and then you're like, oh my gosh, they're doing this, and it just gets better and better every year. So I kind of want to know where you started and like how you got into this business, like what made you want to be a DJ like to begin with. I know you're from the area, so
Sure.
if you can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I started DJing at frat parties in Kutztown, and
Awesome.
That's
how we all
that's a
start.
you start.
Take a step back. I used to literally stand in the corner at parties and just play my iPod or like
Oxford,
my phone.
yeah.
I would just
Yeah.
be the guy on the aux, and then I basically was approached by someone like on Black Friday. They were like, "Why don't you just go? You should DJ. Like, there's a mixer there for $150." And I was like, "All right, I'll try it."
Mhm.
So I did teach myself a lot, and then I had a friend that was in a fraternity that DJ'd as well. So I basically, it was a hobby. I
Yeah,
started doing
yeah.
parties for free and would like get my name out there, and then I started DJing at the bar locally at Kutztown.
Mhm.
And then Frank actually gave me an opportunity to play in Atlantic City.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I guess
cool.
it was
At the pool?
probably like 2012, maybe
Okay.
before that, maybe 2011.
Mhm.
But yeah, he put me on. and we brought out like 300 people or whatever it was.
Yeah, from school.
Insane.
Yeah,
Everyone came.
That's awesome.
And then I would say he's helped me like in the beginning. He put me on a lot
Yeah,
of cool
yeah.
gigs,
That's
like
awesome.
For Ja Rule and some cool stuff at the pool from the early stages, and then 2016 I started my own company, so that was like for weddings, and I did a few. And then over the years, I think I've just built like my own kind of foundation for weddings, corporate events,
Right.
The nightlife stuff now that really just took off recently. I was always working for someone else or having someone else book my gigs.
Yeah.
And then, I think there's a couple things. Like, one is obviously I work hard, but like two, I have a huge support system from a lot of my friends. Obviously, like people like you guys always come out and support. But like, I looked around on Sunday at the Deauville, and I was thinking to myself, I couldn't do what I'm doing now without everyone that comes out always.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
that's a huge part of it. Like whenever I post something, people are sharing it, they're commenting.
Right.
But I think it ties back to all the work that I put in, and also like I treat people nice. So I think I try to be genuine about things, and I, like even just this weekend, like I was going out to people thanking them for literally coming out to everything I did this summer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
yeah.
really awesome.
So that's a huge part of it. But yeah, when it comes down to it, it's a lot of the work that I put in. I think over the years that has transpired in the last 6 months, I would say.
Yeah, very cool. I feel like you've
So-
really
Where did,
blown up. Yeah.
The name Smooth come from?
It was always just a nickname.
Really?
There's really
I was
no
gonna
like
ask that too.
crazy story to it. And I
Okay.
kind of just needed a DJ name. So
Yeah,
I just went with
right.
it.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's great.
But yeah, I think there's not like a backstory or anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
Something that kind of just caught on.
Yeah.
That's great.
So,
Yeah, it's a good name, Smooth. I mean,
yeah.
Does anyone call you by your like actual name anymore, or is it just
I
like?
prefer like if I meet someone, I would never introduce myself.
Oh no,
as
right,
Smooth.
right.
yeah.
It's just kind
Yeah.
of is what like people just call me that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a little bit different. My closer friends call me Austin,
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
but my roommate will randomly say Smooth, or
Mhm.
it's just easier, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're like out like at a club or bar and you meet somebody, you'll say Austin.
Yeah, I would never.
Yeah.
I've never introduced myself to anyone.
Yeah,
as
that's all. I
Smooth.
usually say
you
like,
know.
"Hey, I'm Nikos," but like
Yeah.
when people introduce me, they're like, "Hey, this is NEEK," which is like, I'm like,
Well, that's the funny part is people introduce me as DJ Smooth or Smooth, and I'm
yeah,
like, I shake their hand and I say Austin.
yeah,
Yeah.
right,
You know,
yeah.
so
You're like, wait,
it's-
wait.
I'm not upset about it. It's just it kind of is what it is.
Yeah,
That's so
right.
funny.
But
Yeah.
I like to. I want people to take me serious too, like because I am also like
Yeah.
a human too.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm not-
Yeah, right.
Like I enjoy the DJing, but I also like want people to take me serious as far as like
Mhm.
It's giving like Hannah Montana a little bit.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
I think it's a combination of just the situation too. Like it depends on
Yeah.
where we are. So
Oh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I know you mentioned like the nightlife stuff's been picking up like lately, more recently. When did you kind of realize like, okay, like I should start taking on accounts and kind of figuring that whole aspect
Yep.
of the business out?
So I think it kind of happened last summer. I rebranded in November, and that really took it
Mhm.
like from Smooth Entertainment, Smooth Event Group.
Mm,
I
mhm.
just it was an idea that I had for a while, and I thought that it just sounds better than like entertainment company. Kind of sounds more like mitzvahs, weddings, and
Right,
It's kind of
yeah.
If event group means more events, nightlife. But I'm doing more bigger events, so I want to showcase that and be able to be branded correctly. And,
Yeah.
let people know that we don't just do weddings or one-off events. We're throwing
Yeah.
larger events, tailgates,
Yeah.
Super Bowl parties,
Yeah.
Mhm.
everything that we've kind of been doing the last year or so.
That's awesome.
So I think when I truly realized it was probably like December, January, when a lot of the shore accounts started hitting me up to book all their entertainment.
Mhm.
It's a little tough right now because everything's ending down the shore,
Yeah,
so I'm
right.
losing a lot of business and accounts
Mhm.
Mhm.
that we kind of have to make up for. So, but this summer was incredible. Like all of our guys did a really good job, and
Yeah.
we got a lot of good feedback from the stuff that we did have. So,
Mhm.
looking
Yeah, it's
forward
great.
to having
Yeah.
that next summer.
Yeah, it looked like you guys were just constantly posting on social media.
Yeah.
And everybody was supporting each other. So
Yeah,
it
and
looked great.
that's the culture we're building, right? So.
Mhm.
My thing has always been to work with everyone and give everyone a fair shot.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of up and coming, like yourself, a lot of up and coming
Yeah.
DJs in Philly and South Jersey that deserve an opportunity, So I think just preaching the hard work and following up on things. Like a lot of guys want to play the best spots, but they have to put the work in.
And, keep your head down and just.
But also, and follow up and be persistent. Like you have a lot of talent, so I respect the fact that you're like in grind mode and you're hustling.
Yeah.
But like, don't be afraid to ask people for things that you've talked about with them.
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
Just stay on top of some of the things that you're passionate about. Some things get swept under the rug, or
I do feel like we like us younger guys, like we just don't want to ever like cross a line. Like
for sure,
hey, give me a gig. Yeah, I mean,
well, there's ways to go about it, right?
Yeah,
and I've been through both sides where I'm out of line or I didn't approach it properly, but like my advice is always, do it organically, right?
Yeah.
So don't hit somebody up you haven't talked to in 6 months and say, what do you have for me?
Yeah.
Maybe go out and talk to them about football, and then maybe it just comes up organically.
Naturally.
It doesn't have to be you going there to ask for something or you want something. It's just you have a normal conversation and it comes up.
Yeah. That's what it seems like. You got to make genuine relationships with people.
Exactly.
And that's how you get better opportunities.
For sure.
Because people aren't going to help out some random dude that's just
and it takes time. I mean, these are all the things that are happening now, I think, with our event group and me personally, is just from the work I put in the past 5 years that are finally paying off.
Even before that too, you said you started first thing at Pull After Dark in 2012, so that's kind of where it really started, or even back in college, just like building your craft and then building people around you knowing that you're a DJ and direction you're going in. So,
and I think the referral thing, like, even I might not talk to Frank a lot or, work with him on a consistent basis, but if I see him or there is something that comes up, it's kind of just back to where we left off.
Right.
So, and that's why you don't burn bridges or anything like that with anyone, because you might cross paths with them sooner than you think.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That's great advice for anyone up and coming. We talk about all the time too, like, it's kind of hard to navigate those relationships. Obviously, like we're younger in the industry, but it's hard to navigate relationships where a lot of like friends and other people are like using you to get places and to get into things. It's just hard to navigate and to kind of like see through what actually is a genuine relationship and what is someone just trying to get something out of you or use you for what you can offer them.
Yep. And I think it's a little intimidating, right? So
could be.
If you don't know someone or you've never worked with someone before that you're not sure about, it might be intimidating to ask them for something when, if you did last time you talked to them, they might be interested, so it's like it's a double-edged sword, right? So it's a little bit about, the organic stuff that we just talked about, but it's also if you have value for someone that they don't know about, like I know you do a lot of the social media stuff, if you can solve one of their pain points or solve something that they're looking to bring out a crowd, or they want a certain format for a certain night that you fit with, it may be beneficial to work with that person. So it's not always about I always think it's something about finding a balance of what you can offer someone else, rather than just say, hey, I'm open these dates, what do you have? It's more about,
hey, let's go grab dinner and
or you show face. Like I've seen you come out to some of the gigs,
right?
Being able to go somewhere without wanting something in return.
Just to make the connection.
Exactly.
And that's also more me just speaking from a DJ standpoint. Like I see it happen all the time where, because I love putting people on. Like I did it all summer. I helped guys, get in the new spots that they wanted to play at, but also like they're also doing a really good job, so it makes me look better.
Right.
But these are guys that have been putting in the work, and they deserve the opportunity. So
Have you ever had like someone come up to you with a USB or something, say, "Hey, let me hop on"?
Yes.
Happened to me like a few weeks ago.
That, and also like someone that raps, or will say, play my music.
Oh my gosh, that
I'm
always happens.
I try to be nice about it, but at the same time, if someone did that, or if I did that to someone, I try to put myself in their shoes, where I kind of just, even if it was good, I don't know if I would play it because I haven't listened to it yet.
Right.
I'd say if you want to send me what you have, but if you're in the middle of a shift or working, it's kind of rude to come up and demand that we play your music or you hop on when it's our shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you already have shit planned out, and,
Right.
You know,
Right.
and that might not fit the vibe or something like that.
And that's part of it. Like, I actually like requests when people come up and ask for songs.
Yeah.
If it fits what I'm doing,
Yeah.
I'm happy to play it. You know, it's because sometimes you play something that someone asked for and it works.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah. Cool.
that was what they wanted.
Yeah.
You know? So, but I guess the phone thing when someone kind of shoves it in your face.
We talk about that all the time. Yeah. We brought that up many times.
That's a sore subject, but
yeah.
I think that's just a new trend where because I do.
Yeah, it's just a
put it on your
thing.
head.
Yeah,
No, I know.
It's funny sometimes.
I like literally a couple weeks ago, I was at Wicked to, like seeing Courtesy,
Yeah.
and I had it up, and I was like, "Not a request. You're a really good DJ." I was
And that's funny.
Yeah, those are the best.
Yeah.
But
I know,
when
like,
my
the
guys
DJs
are
that
working, I'll
stings.
be like everyone says Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
So I'll
Yeah,
go up
yeah,
and do that
yeah.
just as a joke. And then think it's funny. But yeah, I think like my goals for the next couple months too are like have everyone collaborate more because there's so many talented people in Philly and,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and South Jersey that I want to work with. So
That's awesome.
you know, I think just trying to build the culture back up and you know not have anyone really think that they can't do what they're looking to do. You know,
That's
'cause
awesome.
there's plenty of business for everyone, and I think that
Yeah,
there's a lot of
right.
opportunity.
I was about to say that like Philly is such a big city. Like there's everybody could eat. You know?
Absolutely,
So like
yeah.
it,
Say that all the time.
Yeah,
There's room
and-
for everyone.
yeah. I feel like,
there is, if you do it the right way, you will succeed.
yeah,
Mhm.
right.
There's so many new
Exactly.
places opening. Like I personally can't be everywhere, so I would love
Yeah.
to have guys that I can rely on.
Yeah, on call and just
Right.
ready to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And I feel like a lot of the younger guys like they sometimes find it like impossible like to get into certain places or like where do I like start or what would you be like your biggest piece of advice to somebody like just starting out like just got out of college as a DJ and like they want to take
Yeah.
it seriously.
I think perfecting your craft first, right? So, like making sure that you have everything buttoned up before you kind of put yourself out there,
Mhm.
because it can be, daunting. But also, if you put yourself out there and you're not ready, it can kind of hurt.
Yeah,
you.
it can. Yeah,
Mhm.
Short term and long term. But yeah, I think perfect your craft. Network with the right people and also like kind of shoot your shot. Go.
Yeah.
Ask to open for someone, or I would say send people mixes, make
Mhm.
mixes, and showcase yourself. If you think you're talented, like get your name out there. You have to.
right.
I feel like you have to be persistent. There's so many musicians and DJs in Philly, so everything's kind of already taken care of. But if you want, like these guys, Dom and Jesse, like
Yeah.
they're amazing,
Yeah,
I love
and
them.
people are starting to catch on to like what they're doing.
Yeah.
But they like full transparency. They've reached out to me many times, and I just haven't had anything for them.
Mhm.
And now they're at Wicked, like they're doing Wednesdays.
That's
you know,
awesome.
so
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
getting involved with some of the stuff that we're doing, and they're awesome. And
Cool.
They're
Mhm.
genuine guys. Right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
that's just a good example of like them being persistent, and not kind of giving up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and they're talented, right? So, I would just say like working on and practicing all the time, and then being able to put yourself out there. So like social media is really important.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that. How
Yeah,
important do you think it
It's
is?
super important
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you kind of are what you are on Instagram, right? So
Yeah,
and Facebook, but Instagram is more Instagram and
more
TikTok
mainstream
are
now.
the
Yeah,
new TikTok. I don't use it. I'm guilty of it. I need to be on there more.
yeah,
I love
But
TikTok.
like that is where the younger generation is.
yeah. It is.
Because
Yeah,
not everyone, like I'm 31, so not everyone my age is, they're gonna get married, they're gonna have kids. The
Right.
new generation is on TikTok. right?
yeah,
Yeah.
they
They're
are.
on Instagram too, but
Yeah, I had a conversation like a few days ago. I think it might have just been with my sister. We're saying how like our generation, like Instagram, like everybody's on Instagram. Hey, follow me on Instagram.
Mhm.
And like the younger generation now, like they're like, hey, follow me on TikTok.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
which
what's
is
your
like
Snapchat?
so
What's your
weird.
TikTok? Yeah.
So that's so weird. I don't know.
and I think it also depends on where people are as far as like career wise too. Like
Yeah,
not everyone's
yeah,
on
that's true.
TikTok, but it is
Right.
I think 21, 22, like they're all on it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
to get with the times too. I'm guilty of it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think social media is very important. You need to have a press kit, get professional pictures done.
Yeah.
Because if you're just posting slop or like, I mean, even when I first started, my wires were all messed up. Like people would comment on that and be like, "It looks like shit,"
Yeah. Right.
or your presentation for a wedding, take a picture of it, but make sure the setup is clean. There's a lot of things little minute details that people don't realize are important. So yeah, I think just especially, or if you're at a really packed gig or event, take some videos or take some pictures.
Yeah. Always just get content.
I've been putting everything in my highlight section on my story because like we got a lot of brides that ask for videos of us DJing, and I'm usually like, well, I don't have any, and now I just say go to our highlight page and look at some of the dance floors that we have. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Would you say it's harder to DJ a wedding or harder to DJ a packed nightclub?
Wedding.
Yeah,
100%.
Wedding.
Yeah, because every nightclub's different on any given night, but weddings are very intimate, and there might be 100, 150 people there. So, like, you might whatever you thought worked at the wedding on Friday, that Saturday night might not work.
Completely different.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Have you ever had like a crazy do not play list?
Yes. Yeah, I think a couple weeks ago I had about 70 songs.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Like a genre or just like these are
just
all the songs I hate?
No
do not
Bruno
play them?
Mars, no.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we don't do line dance anyway, but they had no line dance.
Yeah.
Right.
No shout. Don't Stop Believing. And don't get me wrong, I don't play these things normally, but like Fireball was on there, like a lot of Pitbull stuff. And I do play.
Yeah, I play a lot.
Some of that at weddings, but they wanted
my
like
parents' favorite song.
EDM. Like they wanted like
that's
pretty
okay.
So I'm all about it, but I also have to
That's
check because
different for a wedding, I think.
when I start the dance floor, it's usually Motown or just to
Yeah.
get people comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to have them trust you at a wedding. But it was all EDM.
sick.
It was
That's
great.
so funny.
How old was the couple?
And that they were like 26, 27.
Okay, that makes
But
sense.
they had saw me at a show like years ago when I guess I opened for Joel Corey.
Oh, okay,
With
cool.
9 years ago. They saw me there
Yeah.
and they said we want you to play like you played that night. So,
Oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
but it was cool because the
Wow.
older people were just
They're like that guy. We want
Well,
him
they
to
were
play our
sitting down.
wedding.
Yeah, right.
not enjoying it, but it was their wedding, so they don't. Not that they don't care, but they wanted it to be a certain vibe. So.
Do you ever like have like a like how like one song transitions good into another song, but that's like on the do not play list, and you cue it up and you're like, oh fuck, like
all the
can't
time.
play that.
Yeah. Well, I usually have the list on a piece of paper in front of me, and I'll check it 90 times.
Yeah,
during the night,
right.
just to make sure. Because I when I first started, I did have a wedding where I played a song that was on the do not playlist. And I got out of it quick, but yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. No. What was like your method when you first started doing weddings, like practicing your mic work and like learning how to properly announce people and do all that kind of stuff?
I actually used to just literally stand in the mirror and have a PA speaker and a microphone and just talk until I felt comfortable.
That's great.
But I would have a script and I would just go through it because the hardest part is the beginning, right? When you get up in front of everybody and you start talking about the venue and you can get stuck. So you just want to keep it short and simple. That's how I typically do it. I'll introduce myself. I'll introduce everyone to the venue and thank them for coming, and then kind of just go right into introductions.
Yeah.
Because if you start talking about meatloaf or whatever, like the dinner or the food or the weather, you start slurring your words, you get stuck, then you look like an idiot, right? So you don't want to. It's not about us, right? So especially for weddings, like I try to keep it short and sweet and just get to it. Like I've seen other companies that are super talented. They'll talk for a couple minutes, but it makes sense, right? So they have it, they practice it, So if you're good at public speaking, you can do it, right?
Right.
But I try to keep mine like 30 seconds.
Have you ever had a time where you just completely bombed on the mic?
No. It's all it's funny. It's all confidence. Like
Yeah.
you can,
True.
if you're not confident on the microphone, you're gonna
you're gonna
botch, right? So I think just it's all in your head, right? So don't get in your head and I feel like the people that are in front of you, they're not going to notice anything. Like you might make like a small mistake, but
right.
if you're confident and you kind of project to everybody, I felt that works best and kind of keeps you going.
Yeah, that's cool.
Have you been doing weddings or no?
I do. I've done like 3 weddings, so nothing crazy. I feel like
that's how it started. I literally did 2 weddings my first year, and now
Yeah, I feel like my age group, like we're starting to get into the age where people are getting married.
Right.
So hopefully they start hitting me up. Good money.
Yeah,
charge too
great
much.
money. That's the thing about
Is a family
weddings.
discount?
I mean, you can if you have lighting and photo booth, and it kind of starts adding up, and you're offering more than just you showing up that day. It's
you got like a whole package, kind of like
but it's a preparation. You're meeting multiple times, possibly with the client.
Yeah.
it kind of warrants that price that you charge.
So what does Smooth Event Group offer? Like photo booth, DJ?
Yep. We do DJs, MCs, photo booth, lighting. We have 2 photo booths. We have the mirror.
Okay.
The mirror booth with a red carpet, and then like an iPad booth.
Mm-hmm.
And we have sparklers, CO2, the cannons.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Now,
Yeah.
so.
Is there like one package, or can someone say like I just want?
Yeah, everything's a la carte, and then we have like set packages that are most popular. For,
Nice.
We have like a smooth 1, 2, and 3.
Right. Yeah.
But
Cool.
it depends on the client. So some people want to book everything. Some people want to book one thing. So.
Yeah. So would you, if you did like the DJ and MC, that's 2 different people you would have go together?
Yeah, you asked about like the mic stuff. I mean, typically I usually just DJ and then I'll have an MC do everything.
Yeah.
But there's also times where I do everything. So typically, like our standard package is 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So the MC kind of just relieves all the stress the day of, right? So if there's 200 people, he'll line everybody up. We'll do all the introductions and announcements, speeches, all that. But there has been plenty of times where I have to do it myself.
Right. Yeah.
We try to offer 2 guys though, because it's just more
and more organized probably,
and less risk,
flow.
right? So if something goes wrong with the kitchen or something at the venue, like I don't have to. I could still focus on the music, and he can go take care of all that.
That's good. Who would you have DJ your wedding?
That is an absolutely amazing.
That's
question.
a great question. Yeah.
I don't know. I would definitely have to think about it, but probably like Nine or Kurt, one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just. I mean, I can't even think about getting married right now.
No, but if you
when the time comes, I would say definitely not me, because I have someone in my group has DJ their own wedding.
Really?
No way.
Yeah,
wow.
One of the guys that like close my business partner.
Yeah.
He did his own wedding.
Huh.
Like he got up during the reception and started DJing.
Wow.
So I wouldn't want to do that.
I don't want to do that either.
But I would also like not just hire someone random.
No, right.
But then again, like I might want a band too.
Yeah.
Because some of the bands are good as well.
Yeah, great. I love live music. It's so good. I love doing gigs where you like break for the bands. It's awesome.
And I want Philly to embrace the live bands more too, because I feel like it's starting to happen.
Yeah.
Like Vinyl just opened, which is really a cool spot.
Yeah, they have a cool live music area.
Wicked's starting to do some Wednesday stuff with
Yeah,
some
they
live
are.
music, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But like, especially the pianos, the sax, like all that stuff. We're actually having a sax player. I'll ruin it now, but we're having a sax player at the tailgate as well.
Is it the
Oh,
two
Two
friends
Friends
one?
sax
Vanya?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's really good.
That's awesome.
So he'll be at the first tailgate
Very cool.
before Two Friends goes on.
So yeah, they always have the sax.
They have Casey Fitz, that does their sax.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
That's a really like unique thing. It's
Yeah.
like, always cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hops up on the stage.
I know. Yeah, I love the combination of live music and DJ. I think that's really awesome.
Right? So typically, you just hear music, right? Now there's a live instrument tied into that,
right?
Yeah.
So and a lot of people haven't experienced it or don't even realize that there's someone up there until like.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever seen him play, but he's like dancing while he's doing.
It's like a performance. It's a full performance.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
That's something that we're trying to do different.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I saw the K-Fry does that at the Sixers games with the drummer. Yeah, so that's
cool.
always
It's
really
just
cool.
it's different, right? So, and that's what I've been preaching to as far as like some of our events where instead of just doing DJs, we're doing bands. We got LeCompte, whatever it may be, whoever the artist is, just something other than like what people normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. So back to the Eagles games real quick. Xfinity before for the home games, and then afterwards for every game it's going to be Wicked, right?
Yeah, I think there's like one game I can't do for like a wedding, but every after party will be at Wicked. We're going to do away games at Wicked.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, once the game's over, I'll hop on. And then this Sunday we have the Italian guy from
Lil Mo.
He's from New York, right?
Yeah, I think he's from New York.
So
yeah,
if you, I don't know, there's a lot of people that hang around us. He always says, "I'm gonna try my best to do the impression." But he's like, "Hey, Dan." So he's coming to Wicked Wolf on Sunday, and he's hysterical.
Oh
he makes all these videos.
He's
famous on Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah,
but like, I just think it's gonna be hilarious because Italian, South Philly, like,
right.
He's the guy. Like, he's just funny, and he is just a genuine guy. So we're actually he'll probably be there after the game, I would say.
Okay, cool.
But I'll be there all day, and I know he's going to plan on being there for a couple hours, take pictures with people. And,
that's awesome. Yeah.
So
it's really cool.
It's just
a great collab.
It's something different, right? So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it just makes sense too for, like you said, South Philly.
Right,
it ties right in.
So I don't know how comfortable he'll get or what he'll do. I would love him to get on the microphone and do
that'd be
funny,
great.
But
that'd be classic.
See how that goes.
What's your prediction for the Birds?
I think they'll win.
Yeah.
For the season or
no,
just
for the
game?
season. For the season.
I would be disappointed if they didn't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
So
I feel
I have
that.
super high expectations.
What do you think the record's going to be? How many wins?
12-5.
12-5.
Yeah, I think they're gonna struggle a little bit. I don't think they're gonna win 14, whatever they won last year. I don't think.
Yeah, they have new coaches now and stuff.
New coaches, their schedule's a little bit more competitive.
Yeah,
but I don't. No one scares me in the NFC.
No, not at all. Yeah, they should make it back at least.
Yeah. And I want another excuse to do another party.
Oh my gosh,
that was awesome. I had so much fun.
that looked insane.
Last year it was great.
Yeah, we would definitely run that back.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Yeah, that looked like so much fun. It's always just like for any sports team that does good here, it's just a crazy time.
Yeah, and it's funny because the Phillies are about to hopefully make another run.
It looks like it.
Yeah, they'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but just the excitement around the team, people just get excited for that, and kind of brings the city together, like especially with nightlife and just like I met so many new people last year too, which is cool. I enjoy that. So
that's awesome.
A lot of people rally around and start going out on Tuesdays and Wednesdays because they want to watch the game.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, nightlife happens like every day when sports are doing good.
Yeah.
Especially like last year it was out of nowhere, right? So they barely got in, and then all of a sudden they're in the World Series.
Yeah, then we had the Sixers.
I was exhausted
and the
last
Eagles.
year.
Or Eagles and Sixers.
I don't think I can handle another like World Series loss or like another Super Bowl.
No, my mental health can't handle.
We gotta celebrate something.
They gotta be able to get it done.
Yeah. And speaking of the Phillies, you do the games with Nine's team over there. How's that been?
Yeah,
this year?
It's been great. I mean, the fact that we're able to do that in front of that many people is super cool.
That's
and
really
new
awesome.
sound system this year, right?
Yeah, they put it. I think they put in like 20 new subwoofers throughout the stadium.
Dang.
So I've noticed a difference, especially like
when
we do mound visits, we get everybody pumped up. So we'll get like a
15
15 to 20 second window where we can play something hype.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I think the ability to change the vibe in the stadium during an inning or a break, it changes everything, especially at home.
Yeah.
So that experience has been cool for us because we feel like we're making a difference.
Oh yeah. I think so.
It was probably a coincidence that they went to the World Series the first year that we did it. I feel like we had a small part in that. So
I mean, our fans are just
the hype matters.
Insane. Yeah,
the hype matters. I mean, with the whole thing with Trey Turner when he was not doing
standing
so hot,
ovation.
they got a standing ovation. Then suddenly he was like back on it. Like the hype matters.
It's a confidence thing.
Yeah,
but also if you look at it, let's just say there was no music or no. No one gave him a standing ovation. He might not have came out of this.
No,
right?
yeah.
So it's, it's up for debate, but I think that it does make a difference, and I think that when people start cheering and getting excited, like the players feed off of that, right?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
just like a DJ, right? If you see people reacting to your music, you're gonna keep playing things that they're reacting to, right? You're reading the crowd, so.
That's a great comparison.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a horror movie. Like it's not the same without the horror music. Like it's not scary without the music,
scared,
right? It's like
yeah.
it's the same way here. Yeah.
It's like the suspense, and then they get a big hit or a home run, right? People go nuts.
Right.
So
absolutely.
I'm definitely looking forward to playoff baseball, and I think we have like 20 games left.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite sport to watch? Obviously, you're involved in the Philly sports a ton. So.
Football, for sure.
Football, yeah.
Yeah,
I say the same.
Are you saying live or just in general?
No, just in general.
Probably, the Eagles.
Yeah. It's the best. I just like because it's once a week. You look forward to it,
and I feel like every play you're kind of on the edge of your seat, right? Especially towards the end of the game.
Oh yeah.
If it's a close game or like baseball, it's pitch by pitch. It's kind of like
true.
Yeah,
you're kind of waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah, football and any play
anything could happen.
Something crazy could happen.
Yeah, it's always
football's
exciting.
Probably the shortest game, right? So maybe not basketball. I think like 2.5 hours, but like football is maybe 3.
Yeah, around the same. Yeah, baseball's not timed. The pitch clock's been helping
for sure. And it's funny because we've had to make adjustments where a song I might have queued up at 45 seconds, now I'm queuing it 10 seconds faster because kind of have to like get right into it. I didn't realize it at first, and then like I started seeing. Like some of my mixes would not get cut off, but you have to be like prepared.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
So the first couple games I wasn't used to it. And it made a difference, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Instead of the drop, I would be like just getting there, and then
you got to cut it out.
Yeah, they're like the batter's coming up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You're like, oh.
it was definitely an
That's
adjustment.
hilarious. Yeah. Pitch clock affected the DJs too, not just the.
Yeah, I
Just
think
what
it's
about-
better for the game. I think it's better.
Yeah,
It really
speeds
hasn't
it up.
made that much of a difference. It maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but to them that's
That's
probably
something.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing every day.
I do feel like they get fatigued a lot easier. Some of the pitchers.
Yeah. I just I don't see why they wanted to do that, because I feel like they would make more money if the games are longer. But they do, because
Yeah.
they could keep
Put
all
the
the
concession stuff
concessions and
down,
all that
right.
stuff. But I don't know.
Mm.
I like how baseball games, it's kind of you're not just sitting there watching the game the whole time. You're walking around the ballpark
Right.
and
Mhm.
trying
It's the
different
experience,
food,
yeah.
getting ice cream, doing whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you guys been to any games this year?
Not yet this year. Last year I
I
went to a
have.
couple, but I have to go back.
Yeah. When I went, it was 9 was DJing. Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah.
So what's up to him, and then I went to what's the place called? The barbecue place. You know what I'm talking about?
I think it's on the first floor concourse. Right?
Yeah.
I forgot. I know what you're talking about.
Well, that place.
By Chickies.
Yeah, that place
gonna
is
say, I'm
so
a Chickies
good. I
Meats
love
girl.
that place. The roast pork sandwiches.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There's a lot of good food at the ballpark.
Oh
actually.
yeah, 100%.
Hmm.
They got Mancos now. There's
Yep.
pizza. That's good from the shore.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat it.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I know. I think Chickies is obviously good too.
Oh yeah,
There's-
Chickies is always
There's
really good.
There's
yeah.
there's almost too many options. 'Cause I feel
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's first inning, go get a little snack, and halfway through,
Mhm.
go get a meal, and go get dessert somewhere.
I
What's
know,
your?
right?
Do you have a prediction for the Phillies? You guys think you can make another run?
Yeah, I think we can. I just I don't know. They're just so pitching right now is
Well, that's what got us
Weird.
through it last year, right? It was our
yeah.
bullpen.
So
but
we need
now
that
they're-
to turn on. But I think the hitting is going to be really good
Yeah.
throughout the. We have a
Mhm.
lot of vets, and then the young
Mhm.
guys like Stott. He's
Mhm.
the best hitter on the team right now.
and Turner turned it around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're really they're meshing now. I think there was
Yeah.
a lot of I don't know, tension maybe at the beginning of the season, but I feel like they're actually gotten into their stride. So I'm hopeful for around October, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I think we'll definitely make the playoffs.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I mean, they're 5 games
Yeah.
ahead of the last wild card. So
Right. Yeah. So we should be good with that.
Let's talk about Smooth Tea.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to. Okay, so I want to know
Yeah.
it. I want to know how he started, how you got in with Drew, with Kiki Vodka. What made you think oh my gosh, I'm doing all this other stuff. I want to add on a tea on the on the side. Just go ahead, tell us
I'll
about
walk you
it.
through it.
Yeah.
So February we did the Super Bowl party,
Mm-hmm.
and after that, Kiki approached me about doing a drink.
Mhm.
We didn't really. We kind of just had ideas, but we didn't really,
Mhm.
know what we wanted to do. So I suggested a half and half because that market's kind of untapped. It's,
Mhm.
I mean, obviously Surfside, Sea Isle. You got Hoop Tea. There's a bunch of competitors that are doing
Yeah.
the spiked tea.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, let's kind of start our own niche with the half and half that's not really tapped into yet.
Yeah.
So we went through the legal stuff, took a few months. We decided on a label and then got all the logistics worked out in the background. And then it was kind of just let's see what happens at
Mhm.
first. And they didn't really, they believed in it, but we didn't really put a lot of money behind it because we didn't know what was going to happen. Right.
Mhm.
So
Right.
there's a lot of things that are on the back end, like ordering labels, production.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to waste a lot of money on things that might not happen, right? So
Yeah.
we did launches at the Winston,
Mm-hmm.
Barstool, Wicked Wolf, and Vesper. It was funny because everyone's oh, another launch party, but
Yeah.
it worked, and people started drinking it. But I think one of the struggles from the beginning was, it's not in retail, right? So our focus this summer was South Jersey for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, we leveraged a lot of our relationships that we had with the bars and restaurants down the shore. So that's kind of what got us started. And then now, I guess we're probably 4 months in now. I think we started technically April 30th.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be May, June, July, August.
That's awesome.
4 months. We've sold about, I don't want to say the exact number, but we've sold over like 20,000 cans, I think.
That's awesome.
That's
This
Yeah,
summer.
amazing.
That's
So
great.
it's
Yeah.
gone super well. I'm super invested in it now. Obviously, like from emotionally and also like financially now too, because I want it to take off and I want to do well with it. So our plan is definitely over the next couple months to really expose a lot of the generate exposure from the tailgates, from the events that we're doing.
It's
we
gonna
want
help
people
a ton.
drinking it, but also it's a really good product. So we believe in it. I think I still drink the other stuff too, like Cial and Surfside. I don't have anything bad to say about any of them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So and I think the cool part is like the tea market is exploding, right? So so everyone can kind of benefit off of that. And I have relationships with both of those companies as well. So I think it's cool because like that category is just taking off, right? So I feel like it's a good opportunity for us to take advantage of some of the opportunity there. So yeah, we exceeded our expectations. We have a lot of work to do. But I'm super excited on where it's going. And, it's funny. I wanted to stop drinking completely, but now I feel like I have to drink it. So
I feel yeah.
just, we kind of, we have a lot of stuff coming up with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. And
awesome.
Focus, like I said, is more retail.
What went into like the, were you involved at all like with the actual testing different, flavors or recipes?
It's a really good question.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. So Drew and his team at Kiki, they made, it's funny because I'm very transparent. Like I don't lie or like,
it's good.
About anything. I tasted it one time and I said, that's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't even have to like, there was no back and forth with that part of it. Like they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
He brought it to Wicked one night and it was like in a little sample bottle. And
oh my
gosh,
it out, and
that's
so
like,
exciting.
This is it.
That's awesome.
That's great.
That's really good.
Yeah, usually I'm very picky with something like that because I know that this is like a long-term decision.
Yeah. I mean, it does taste good. So,
but I just went with our gut, and people drink it and say it's really good, but also it's better than they thought it would be. So I think, and that's what's the best part about it all is people would have supported regardless.
Yeah.
But it would have kind of fell off if it wasn't a good product.
Yeah, if it wasn't actually good.
Right. So now, we're looking to do some screen printed cans. We have a lot of ideas on.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
That's
and keep the branding going and the social stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's great that, obviously you're a DJ, so that's why like this worked out so good.
Right.
You could just tie it into your gigs and the tailgates and everything else you have going on.
For sure. Yeah, it was kind of like a win-win, right? So even if it didn't take off, it was another promotional tool.
Yeah,
for our events and for my personal brand. So, but yeah, I'm super grateful. Like tying back to the support again, people just embraced it and
I feel like Kiki is really like focused in on
they are
specifically
we're putting a lot of time into it. Yeah, for sure.
That's really awesome.
And their other drinks are great too.
Well, they have like the Astro Juice with the Ave. They have actually quite a few.
Oh yeah. I think Pace and Blossom they do one with too.
Pace, Winston. I won't say. I know they're working on some other stuff with some other venues as well. But in the next 6 months, I would say.
Yeah, what they did with that is like really unique. Like with the community, like all the different clubs and bars, like making their own customized drinks.
It's different.
Like, you don't really see that. Yeah,
you don't. Yeah,
the other larger players aren't doing that locally.
No,
and they're a local brand, so people.
Yeah, they want to
do
support.
and they should support, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, especially if it's good too. I said like when I tasted it, I was like with the actual vodka, I was like, this is like good vodka. This isn't like it doesn't taste like
like well vodka.
Yeah, like the shit we used to drink in college.
Right, exactly.
And that's important too. If it was a national brand and they just could dump bunch of money in the marketing, or they already had products and it's just another product that they can just kind of let take off, it would be different, but it's kind of starting from scratch.
Yeah,
so you have to make sure that it tastes good.
Yeah, and absolutely. I know I asked you this like last time we had you on. Obviously, we weren't able to post it, but what would you say is the best gig you've ever done? And then also give us what is the worst gig that or experience you've ever had at a gig?
Okay. Well, let me start with the best. I would say it's funny. I'm saying this now, but it was actually like this past weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
At the Deauville.
Oh my gosh, fun.
They had the most people they've ever had at an event. And I really saw the growth of our tea, which was awesome. Like we probably did I don't know, like again, no exact numbers, but over 500 cans in one day. So it was a lot, and it was also just the support that they've given me this summer too. It was kind of like a moment that I had that was like, you know, all the work that I put in over the past couple years on Sundays there kind of paid off.
Yeah, right,
So I would say that being able to appreciate that, you know, and the music, like obviously I enjoy that, but from a business standpoint, that was my favorite, I guess, moment I've had so far. And then
end of summer, and you get to just see how everything
for sure everything
worked out,
played out, and sent off to the fall.
Yeah.
The worst experience I probably ever had was in college when I was playing at a party and someone spilled an entire drink on my board.
Oh my God.
So it's funny because usually it takes like a day or two for it to really like settle in. It completely fried my board.
Oh, jeez.
Turned off, didn't work at all.
Yeah.
Laptop was done, like ruined all my equipment. So yeah, I would say that's probably the worst experience.
Did you freak out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's warranted.
At school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, all right, everybody get the fuck away from
Yeah.
It's tough not to freak out. Like, it's your life, and you might not have your music backed up.
Oh,
A lot
yeah.
of money,
Yeah.
right? So people sometimes don't, like, I don't think they do it on purpose, but like, even when I'm at the shore, or even at Wicked, if
Just
people
kind
are
of
around
careless.
the booth,
Yeah.
just putting your drink somewhere, then somebody knocks it over by accident.
Right.
Like, it might not have been on purpose, but you shouldn't put drinks near
Yeah.
the booth or
No,
near someone's equipment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I don't think people realize how expensive that some equipment is. Like,
I think they realize it. They just don't realize that their drink's near it.
yeah,
Or you know, they might not think about that because they're not the ones paying for it. Right? So,
yeah. Or just not sober. Like that's also tough, you know? Yeah. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh my gosh. What was your craziest night out? Like when you went out, like you weren't working, like you were out and you were having a good time. Like,
I think Steve Aoki a couple years ago, like throwing cake.
Did you get caked?
I did not. I would not like to participate in that.
Really?
Oh,
I've gotten caked. It was fun. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
Again, I was in Miami.
You like volunteering yourself?
And no, yeah, of course I was. I was in Miami on like just like a random trip, and this promoter came up to us on the beach and was like, "Oh, come to this show tonight." And we were like, "Okay," like not knowing at all it was Steve Aoki. So we showed up to this club. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Space maybe. And we all went in and we were having this like really great time. And like we're like standing and dancing, and I'm looking up and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is Steve Aoki." Like no one knew it was him. We were just like having a good time. And then Vin Diesel comes on the stage, and so Steve Aoki and Vin Diesel both pick up a cake. And I'm like, "Oh my God, like get me on your shoulders." So I like smack this guy next to me. I'm like, "Get me up there." And he's like, "Oh my God, okay." So puts me on his shoulders, and then they both threw cakes at me. And
that's awesome.
Did you fall over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's like a video on Twitter of it from like years and years ago. It was like 2019.
We got.
Okay, I'll have to find it, but it's like kind of hard to see. But you just see me like topple down into the crowd after Vin Diesel just launches a cake at me.
It sounds like a good experience. I personally just think that it would hurt, so I just don't do it.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, like
felt good.
at the like during that time, the cakes were like real like thick sheet cakes. Now they're all icing.
Okay.
So because I think what happened is he actually had an issue where he threw a cake and it hit someone too hard and they either fell or got hurt or something, and like something came out of it. And so since then he was like, "I can't stop throwing the cakes." That's like my whole thing. But his team was like, "We have to make it like like styrofoam. Like it can't be like a real cake." So it's like now it's just all like now it's all just icing, which is better. I wish it was icing when I got hit, but no, it was like when you get on someone's shoulders and you get expected to get hit by a cake. Like you're literally, that's the definition of asking like to get hit by something. So like
can we just like address it though? Like this isn't just some like normal birthday cake. It's probably like half of this table.
No, yeah, it's like the biggest sheet
like
cake you've ever seen. Yeah.
They're not like little.
It's not like a birthday cake. No.
Yeah. I want to know how that started. Like he
That's
just like
a great
randomly got the
question.
idea. Like I'm just gonna throw
a great
cake
idea.
at my crowd. Like like
Yeah. So you were at his concert
Oh yeah,
and just like having the best time of your life.
observing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hilarious. Obviously, it was a good night overall, but just watching someone do that.
Yeah.
And it was also happens to be great at producing music.
Mhm.
It was a cool
Yeah. He has
Yeah, shows
so
are
many
fun.
hits. Yeah. I saw him at HQ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
so that was
Mhm.
cool last year.
Yeah, there's
I was
so
there.
many talented, producers now and
Yeah.
DJs that it's nice to see when like someone new like John Summit or
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
Loud
Yeah.
Love
I love
Jazz,
getting like
some-
requested
like
that
they
stuff.
come up.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, all the like John Summit, Dom Dollar, like they're really
They're young too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. Yeah, I think they're like a few years older than me, maybe like 25, 26. But it's cool like that. Like house music is like very in right now,
Right?
And like that kind of
Yeah.
music. I feel like 2015, like that wasn't. If you play that stuff, people are like, "Oh, what is this?"
Yeah, it's starting. Well, it's dance music, right? So people feel like they can still have fun.
Yeah,
and vibe to it.
right.
But there's also like all the bootlegs and
Yeah,
kind of tie in some of the hip hop stuff too.
Right.
Still
Yeah.
with that kind of drop.
Fisher's another one. I love Fisher.
I love Fisher too.
His music's really good.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, music production. I'm actually releasing a song next month.
Are you really?
Yeah, my first song.
Have you been taking classes?
Jules P's actually been walking me through everything, so he taught me like his process and
I
all
feel
that
like he's
stuff.
super open to teaching people. Which
Yeah,
is
he
awesome.
is. Yeah,
That's
it's great.
great.
Yeah, we had him on the pod and we were talking about it, and I was like, I really want to get into this.
Yeah.
This is how like, a lot of
Start
DJs
early.
are getting bigger, and
Yeah.
it helps them stand out. And yeah, we could just like meet up on Zoom, and
That's awesome.
yeah, and
He's a good. I like him,
yeah, he's a really good kid.
but like
yeah,
super talented too.
yeah, definitely.
Sometimes people ask me to help them DJ, and I've just been doing it for so long. I don't even realize where I would start like teaching them. So
Yeah.
I want to try to get better at technical,
Yeah, like helping people
just-
out. Yeah, right.
or even just from not my standpoint, like how would the basics look?
Yeah,
Because I'm like a robot. Like
Yeah.
I know what
It's
I want to
muscle
play,
memory.
right? And I know how to transition stuff, but I don't necessarily know how to teach someone else how to do that. That has no
yeah, that
background
makes
knowledge
sense.
of it.
Yeah. I actually had like one family friend reach out to me like last weekend, and he just joined a fraternity. So he's like, "Hey, I want to start DJing
Right. I
at
think
these parties."
my best advice is just do it. Like, just
literally.
get music, look at some YouTube videos, and
Yeah,
fall on your face for a couple months.
Yeah.
Seriously, and like,
and more so with college, like you just
Yeah.
got to play good music.
Right.
Yeah, it's
You
not
don't
the
have to-
mixing and all that doesn't
Yeah.
matter too much.
that'll all come later, right?
Yeah.
The music is the most important part.
Right.
So.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. If you have a good ear, you can read the crowd.
Yeah. Do you make any of your own mixes, or is it a lot like
I make
you
some
just
mixes. Yeah, I haven't made any original like songs. or
right?
anything
That's
like that,
Okay.
but I would love to learn.
Mhm.
I know Kurt's like
Mhm.
super involved. With
Yeah,
that
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
He was telling me that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and Scooter.
Yeah,
incredible.
Scooter. Yeah, a
He
bunch of
makes
edits.
a ton of
Mhm.
edits.
Yeah, 9 too. He does
Yep.
all the edits. His edits are really good.
Yeah, I'd say
Cool.
9 Sat and Scooter, like at least from our group. are Really good
Yeah,
at it.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Sat one's really talented. The scratching and all
Mhm.
that. That's something I'm trying to figure out. The
Right.
scratching.
Well,
I can't.
it's an art too, right?
Yeah.
If you're not good at it and you do it, it sounds weird, right?
yeah,
So,
but if you're good at it, it's like, oh shit.
You're
yeah.
a drummer. You have the beat, right?
Yeah. It's like a little more of that though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. I mean, they at least got the basics down. Like you
Yeah,
can hold a beat, right?
practice, right?
Yeah. That's it.
That's cool.
Do you
What's-
scratch at all? You like that?
No, I don't.
No.
I just
You're like, that's
I
not
keep
me.
it clean.
yeah.
Just play music.
Yeah. Who's the coolest person you partied with?
That's a really good question. I would say, actually, I want to say Paulie. I feel like
Okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. He's just a solid dude, and like
That's awesome.
he's not really there. Like especially now, I don't think he drinks or anything like that.
No, yeah.
He's
9
just
said he did.
full of energy and just being able to like have an actual conversation with
Right.
him,
Yeah.
like normal people.
Mhm.
Some of them, like some of the bigger artists, I've tried to talk to, and
Yeah.
maybe they're just busy, but they're not really necessarily, trying to have a conversation because
Mhm.
everyone's probably trying to talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Makes sense.
So
But yeah, Paulie's actually like a genuine guy.
yeah, 100%.
That's
And
awesome.
he's super talented, right? So-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've always
And-
heard great things about him.
And he's the only one, not from just that show, but just like he's literally been doing this for like almost 20 years
Yeah.
since the show.
He was
So,
before the show. Yeah. So.
so he's been able to really keep the momentum and stay in
Mhm.
his prime for a long time.
Oh
which is
yeah, he still
impressive.
sells out, and
Right.
like my sister watches her short. She's
Yeah.
17, like so, like
It's a timeless
For
show,
sure.
really.
yeah, it is. Yeah, especially if you're from like around here. I feel
Yeah,
like
absolutely. I
everyone
mean,
watches
yeah,
it.
it's like the hometown show, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna see him this month. Him and 9, because I'm DJing in Boston on
Oh,
the
nice.
23rd, and they're the day before 22nd.
That's
so
awesome.
we're gonna go down and see them. So that's pretty cool.
I know they
Yeah.
just had Shaq at the pool. He looks like a really
Yeah.
Oh
good
my
time.
gosh, yeah. KP was saying he was
He
like
looks-
so fun.
That looked
He's just a
insane.
beast. He's so big.
It was so funny because the closing DJs had to stand on like platforms because they
yeah.
had the table was so high for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
just
hilarious.
looks fun.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
he plays actually really good music too.
Yeah,
so.
he plays the heavy bass, like,
Right.
like head knob shit. Yeah, that looked like it was insane. I think they were saying like the pool hasn't been that full since probably like Paulie.
Nice. Girls crowd for sure.
Yeah, but the pool's got like a lot of good stuff coming up with the day club now.
Yep.
You know, Dom Dalla.
Yeah, it's great.
Don Diablo, all them.
Say both of those 5 times fast together.
That's another place
Dom
that
Diablo.
literally has been through so much, and over the years, just like still there. You know, so it's very tough to make it with a nightclub. So.
Yeah, I feel like the hardest thing to keep open is like a restaurant or a nightclub, like on a business standpoint. So seeing places stay open for so long and stay successful and keep booking these crazy artists, you know, it says something
for sure
about them.
Another thing we talk about a lot here is mental health in the nightlife industry. So for someone with so many ventures, you know, you said earlier, you're like, I'm always on my phone. That's just how I deal with it. Like, where do you find the time for yourself? Like, where do you take time to calm down, sit down, to like have a moment? Like, what's your advice for younger people in the industry to make sure they have that balance?
Yes. And I'm guilty of it. I don't have a ton of balance right now, but I am working on it. My advice would definitely be to take vacations, take time for yourself. And I just got a phone that will like be strictly for business because
that's really good.
Literally, I have to unplug.
Yeah.
There's some days where I spend 7-8 hours on my phone and like in a day. So yeah, I think taking vacation, not saying yes to every single opportunity that you get. But also, yeah, I think, but working keeps me going too, though. Like I enjoy it. I guess the real, you know, long term would be to take more time for yourself too, because you might get burned out. So I don't want that to happen to me. So I'm definitely like, I'm booking a vacation. I'm going to Tampa for the Eagles game.
That's gonna be dope.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and
that's great.
at the end of this month. But I'm also gonna plan something for like November or December just to get away for like 5 or 6 days.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think mental health is super important, and it can be draining and affect everything that you're doing. So you definitely want to make sure that you're good mentally before you kind of get out there and, you know, work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely. Yeah. I it's so easy for us to just keep going. Because also, like, it's especially for me when I'm out and like taking videos and doing content, I'm also like, oh, like I'm out at the bar, like I'm having fun, but I really am working during that time. And I'm sure it's the same for DJs. You're like, oh, I'm out, like I'm having a good time, like there's music playing, I'm out at night, but you're working. So it's like it's hard to make that distinction sometimes.
And when we go out, we're networking, we're talking. It's just part of
constantly
part of
on
the industry, but also there needs to be time where like you're not working and you're
actually just
on
relaxing
an island somewhere and not near you.
Yeah.
And I want to be better at that because I recognize that some people do struggle with it, and it is important to, you know, take time for yourself.
Right. Yeah, and it's easy to get hooked to like, you know, let's go out on a Tuesday night or Wednesday night and let me make sure I'm caught up on social media with everything. But sometimes you just got to put the phone to the side. I was thinking that this morning when like I woke up like early this morning for some reason, like 6 a.m.
Yeah, you texted me at 7:30. I was like, what the heck? Like, what are you doing?
I never wake up that early.
I know.
I was like, all right, I'll take a shower, clean my room. But I like realized like as soon as I woke up, I was like on my phone. And
it's the first thing you reach for, right?
I was like, this is not healthy for me.
Yeah. I mean, like you can like put it across the room, get yourself an alarm clock, like all this stuff, like because social media is 24/7. Like it's not like I can. It's all on my phone, my personal phone too. It's like I'm still getting notifications for trades events, for Uptown, for Brew. Like even if I'm on my phone for personal reasons. So like at night, like I literally put my phone across the room, and I have to get up to turn it off, and then I take my dog out, do stuff with my dog, and you know, have breakfast, and then then I can pick up my phone and like do it again. And like with so much research done too, like your first dopamine hit for the day is what you're going to crave for the rest of the day. So if you pick up your phone and the first thing you see is a TikTok or an Instagram, for the rest of the day, you're going to want to be glued to your phone because that was your first dopamine hit of the day. But if you don't have that and your first dopamine hit was going outside and taking a walk or having your cup of coffee, then for the rest of the day, you'll have a different mindset. You'll be more productive in different ways than just being glued to your phone.
Wow.
That's definitely true because I've read stuff about that.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Like, even if you wait 10 or 15 minutes, that's fine. But
it's literally the first thing you do. If you just roll over
and you open your eyes and look at your phone, you're going to be glued to it all day.
Like look out the window. Like even something as simple as that, like getting some sunshine right away, like that'll be your first dopamine hit. It's really the first thing you do.
Right. Yeah, I was like, well, this past weekend I was down to shore all weekend. I played in AC all weekend, and even that, just like waking up and like going right to the beach, and just like being there all day, and then like going on a gig at night. You did that all summer, I'm sure.
All summer.
It's
so
awesome.
nice.
It's
It's
exhausting.
It's exhausting, but it's like it's just so
First place
nice,
is to
like
sleep
being out all day. And then,
Yeah.
I was just thinking like DJs, from Miami and like LA, like it's probably just like the life, like doing that year round. Probably gets like a little old, like certain things. But like I said, I started like producing it recently, and on the beach, I like just brought my laptop out, and I was like,
that's great.
I was like, this is like a cool vibe.
Like at least in a fun environment, like a nice, calm environment, or
Yeah.
you're still doing other stuff.
It's kind of a double-edged sword because a lot of people, for them to be happy, they want to be successful, right? So it's very hard to turn it off, right? Especially like even just perfect example, like I want to do so much more, so it's hard for me to be like, yeah, I'll take a week off, or I'll turn my phone off for a week. Like it's not realistic, but in order to mentally like sustain all of the constant movement and on the go, you have to take time for yourself because you will get burned out. And being able to kind of just like you said, wake up and go for a walk, or you don't have to look at your phone. Like anything at 6 o'clock in the morning can wait till 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning.
Absolutely.
And I think there's ways to do it too, right? So even if you have a message that goes out to everyone that says, hey, these are the times I am on my phone, and you get a structure in place, you can still do it.
Office hours.
So, or I answer my phone between these hours, and then I check it again between these hours, right? If it's an emergency, call me. But,
yes, absolutely.
I was going to ask you, what is your like 5-year goal personally, and also from a business standpoint? Because I feel like it's important to keep like those two things separate,
For sure. Yeah. Personally, I would like to, I want to own more real estate. I have a rental property now.
Oh, that's awesome.
I want to get something down the shore.
It's a great business to be.
Yeah. So I would like to get more properties, and then obviously I think, grow out of DJing every weekend. I would like to, just from a business standpoint, like manage more and get more staff, more guys under me. And then I think I want to stay in Philly though. I was thinking about moving, but I want to stay local.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out.
Right.
It is.
And I love Philly.
It's such a tight-knit city. And your family is here too,
For sure,
right? Yeah. So that would be hard to that's all like what
Did
I
you grow
think.
up in the city, or
I grew up in Bucks County.
Oh, okay, Bucks County. Gotcha.
I would say from like a business standpoint, just continue on the path that I'm on, because we've seen growth year over year.
Yeah.
And continue to do these larger events. I want to do Halloween stuff, St. Patty's, New Year's, anything that involves sports. Obviously, continue the tailgate growth. Yeah. And within 5 years, I would like to be doing more stuff national too. I have local PA, Jersey, New York, Delaware now. I would like to do Florida, West Coast stuff. So
you're in Tampa, right? A few months ago.
I'm going back to DJ in December too.
That's awesome.
So. Oh, fun.
So how'd you go about like getting that gig? You kind of reach out to them. They
I have a mutual friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
That, I'm friends with, but he was from Philly and now he lives in Tampa.
Oh, okay, so. Cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, just either trading gigs or just networking with people in different cities. So
didn't you went to Phoenix? Was it Arizona?
Yeah, Scottsdale.
Oh, Scottsdale for Barstool, right?
Yes.
That's exciting.
And
so that's very cool. And Nashville,
that's really cool. Yeah,
that's really great.
Chicago. But yeah, I would like to, especially short term, like this coming calendar year, I'd like to be somewhere every month at least, like somewhere new. So,
have you noticed like any like big differences in, like nightlife in other cities compared to Philly?
Yeah. Nashville was more EDM, and like
not
country
that. I was not expecting
country.
that.
Yeah, like,
okay, all right. Yeah.
But more upbeat.
Yeah,
like
right.
Philly, everyone loves hip hop and Drake and me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really play much of that.
Okay.
Chicago was different based on the venue. So like there's one where I did all hip hop. There's one where I did, all electronic. So it depends on the area too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Rambi said
that's what's cool about the challenge, right? So it's always different.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rambi was telling me like Chicago, that hours are all like crazy.
Yeah, I did like 3 gigs in one night.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would never happen in Philly.
No.
So
everything. I feel like Philly's at 2 o'clock's the hard.
Well, and all the shifts are 10 to 2 or 9 to 2, right? I was doing.
Yeah, right.
I did like a 9 to 11, then I did like a 12.
Oh.
I did I did a pool shift during the day. Then I did 9 to 11. Then I did 12 to 3.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
It was
That's
a lot.
sick.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
So I guess like places have like multiple DJs on, like a lot.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
And multiple shifts during the day.
Okay.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that, honestly. It's like we book, one person per night.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
So
Depends on the place, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's really fun. Nice. What was your favorite venue that you've ever DJ'd at?
That's another. Actually, recently at Charleston, I played at Deco.
Okay, yeah.
There was probably like 600-700 people there.
Mhm.
And it was,
Wow. Yeah, that's sick.
It's a really solid night, but it was fun because it was a new city.
Mhm.
And also like, I didn't know anyone, and it went really well. So I feel like, the stuff that works in Philly can also work in different cities.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
100%. Yeah.
And what's your dream venue?
I mean, I've always wanted to play in Vegas. So
Okay.
something like a pool club there or
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be
nightclub.
dope.
That's
I
awesome.
think, and I hope that happens this year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
we'll
see-
manifest
we'll
it.
see
We'll,
what
we'll speak it
happens.
into existence now,
Yeah,
and then
for
when you do
sure.
it, we'll bring back this clip, and we'll show it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the fall and everything that we
Cool.
all have going on.
Yeah. You sound like you got a lot going on.
Uh-huh.
Very cool stuff, though. Honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well,
Good job.
Let's recap one more time because it was a lot.
Okay.
So
Start
we got
hearing.
the Xfinity tailgates for home games.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Yep.
We got Wicked Wolf after every game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
After party.
Yep.
You're still doing the Phillies games every
Phillies
now and
games.
then.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
all rotate.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So
Phillies
you're in the
games.
rotation for Phillies games.
We have-
Smooth tea,
yeah,
drink
smooth
smooth
tea.
tea. We're
And
expanding
then
that.
The only thing we
Day
forgot
load.
about was Fall Fest, right? So we have
Okay,
Okay.
Fall
at the
Fest.
Winston, we have
Yes.
on the 23rd of September, $10 tickets right now,
Awesome.
just for GA.
Yeah.
We'll have like specials. We have the tees will be there as well, but LeCompte is headlining that,
Okay, cool.
so he'll be there. We have another band called Cellar Side that's really good.
Cool.
And then a bunch of DJs. So
Dope.
That's
When's
awesome.
that?
September 23rd at the Winston.
Okay, September 23rd.
So we last one we did was for St. Patty's Day. We
Yeah.
did about 2,000 people throughout.
Right.
The
That was
yeah, that
crazy.
looked crazy. So that was like the
That was
indoor
crazy.
and outdoor thing, right?
And Steve Stakes will be at Fall
Oh,
Fest.
Oh,
really?
Joe, look at that.
Yes.
Our favorite.
There you go. So
Everybody's
yeah,
saying that's their favorite. I
Steve
gotta try it.
Stakes.
that-
Shout
you'll
out.
have to come to Fall Fest. Then. It's during the
Yeah.
day, so it's an all-day event. We
Yeah.
have a tent in the parking lot and all
Cool.
that. So.
Yeah, that's
Very
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, it's cool like incorporating outside stuff, especially in the fall.
For
'cause That's
sure.
like the best weather, I
Yeah.
think.
St. Patrick's Day was so fun there.
And
So.
we didn't get to talk about the pumpkin spice. I think Grace is more excited than
Uh,
me.
I am
yeah,
so
Gra-
What
excited.
would you recommend
Grace
going
wanted
to
to
get
do
that?
top 5 fall drinks, and I was
I
like,
know,
I
but-
can't name 5.
Let
Oktoberfest
her name
beers
them.
though were great. So.
Well, okay, yeah, there is. I mean, I don't drink anymore, but Oktoberfest beers are great. So my number one, this is gonna surprise everyone, is at Frankfurt Hall. They have a Stroopwafel milkshake that you can put whiskey in, and it's like
Oh.
extremely fall. I mean, you can't get more fall than
Yeah.
that. The second one is a pumpkin cream cold brew from Starbucks. It's delicious. The third one is this shaken espresso cinnamon dolce with pumpkin cream from Starbucks, secret menu item. You're welcome. The next one is the Oktoberfest beer, and then the last one, I feel like Sour Monkey is an October beer.
yeah, I can
like
see
it.
that.
Yeah.
That was the.
So that was
Thank
well
you.
thought out.
yeah.
Thank
I
you.
guarantee they're all good. So
They are. So,
Yeah, she
you know,
sounds
make
super
yourself a
confident.
list.
The milkshake sounded great. That's in Fisher.
That is,
Number
it's
one.
like, yeah, and I think it's a secret menu item because no one knows about it. And every time I'm like, oh yeah, Frankfurt Hall, like their milkshakes are amazing. Everyone looks at me like I have
Like
6 heads.
milkshakes.
I'm like, no, I'm talking about the right place.
Yeah,
Like
right.
you have to
Yeah.
go.
You sure you don't mean Joe's around the corner?
No, that's what everyone says. I'm like, Joe's is great, but they have like actual, like really thick, delicious milkshakes at Frankfurt Hall. But you have to go over to the food like window to order them. So
I
next
will
time
be
you
doing that
go,
this fall.
go get them. Put a shooter whiskey in it, and you're good to go. Yeah.
Shooter whiskey.
You can't even taste it, and then suddenly you're lit. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to try the cold brew because I like the caramel one.
Yeah.
from
Okay.
Starbucks,
Yeah.
So I will
Mhm.
try that today.
Yes, do it. It's very,
I need,
very
I need
delicious.
to pick me up. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the cold brews. They're always like really good.
Yeah, and the thing is, okay, so I love pumpkin, obviously, and I don't even really like coffee very much. So I'll take the lid off, and then I'll like lick the lid for the pumpkin
Nice.
cream, and then I won't even finish the coffee. But that's like, oh well.
there
The
was
pumpkin cream is the
pumpkins
best
out
part.
this weekend at Acme. We were in.
Yes.
Seattle.
I
Thank
know.
God.
Yeah.
Some
All the
guy walked by
decorations
and was
are.
like, "Who the hell put the pumpkin?" People, I feel like people get very sensitive about pumpkins.
Really? Hmm.
It's just Halloween.
The more,
I mean,
the earlier,
Yeah.
the
as soon
merrier.
as summer's over, they're out, whether you
Yeah.
like it or not.
Yeah.
So I don't think people should get upset.
Places are
I
even
agree.
putting out Christmas decorations now. It's
That is
That's
too
a little
soon.
nuts.
That's too
It's
soon.
nuts.
That
It's
is
crazy.
like Thanksgiving era.
If you go to like Lowe's
After
right now,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, after Thanksgiving. No, people start decorating. I mean, we don't put our tree up till after Thanksgiving.
I also
think.
have I have a house for the first time in my life, and I'm hoping to God I get trick or treaters this year. Like that is what I'm looking forward to.
would hope
So
so.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see.
that's
Yeah,
always fun.
I know.
I still go trick or treating with my sister. So. My younger sister. I
How
take
old
her
is she?
trick-or-treating. She's turning 10.
Oh my God,
in
that's so
December.
fun. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Maybe I'll take my dog trick or treating. he's only 1.5, so
Yeah, he's still a kid.
Mhm.
Yeah. You dress him up in the costume?
Yeah, so we're having at Uptown, we're doing like a costume party with all the dogs.
That's
so
cool.
me and my coworker, our dogs look like twins, so we're dressing them up for like the promo shoot.
That's
I'm
funny.
very excited for it.
You got any pets?
I do not.
No.
Just my roommate Matt.
Oh, okay, yeah, well,
I have to take care of him.
That counts sometimes.
yeah.
Right, Sam?
Yes,
All right.
this is fun. Thank you guys for
Yeah,
having me.
thanks
this
so
is
much
awesome.
for
Thank you
coming.
so much
I
for
think
being
we went
here.
over everything. If
Yeah.
we forgot.
Yeah, I think we
let us
covered
know,
everything.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
Basically, just drink smooth tea and then go
yeah,
to
and
tailgates.
drink
That's
smooth
it.
tea
Yeah.
and party, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
that's
but thanks
awesome.
for coming.
Yeah.
Take
Thank you guys for having
two.
me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Yep.
Appreciate it.
Peace out, guys.